Hello everyone, I'm Thomas from Fabokar and I'm on the road for you today in Schneeberg in Lower Franconia. Today's topic is brakes, and it's about a very special brake from Zimmermann. It's a premium performance compound brake disc, and how exactly it works, I'm going to take a look at it now with Master Mechanic Simon Stapp. Hello, there he is, our host.
Hello, Thomas, welcome.
Yes, thank you very much. I can see you've been busy. You've already prepared something. Here is a Mercedes E-Class on the lift, but we're not going to get very far with it in this condition, are we?
No, that's right, the brake disc is missing. In this case, a compound brake disc. It has the steel hub in the middle and then a cast friction ring all around.
Okay, and that's an optional brake, or does it have to be like that?
It has to be that way on this kind of vehicle. It has to be that way due to the design of the vehicle. A brake disc of this type, with a steel hub, must therefore be fitted again.
So you have to use the original parts?
In the past, yes. Today, fortunately, we no longer have to rely on the original parts. There are good alternatives from Otto Zimmermann available, and let's take a look at them.
Yes, with pleasure. I assume that's the original brake disc.
Exactly, that's the original one.
I can see that it already has run quite a few kilometers. And this is the Zimmermann disc.
Exactly. You can clearly see the difference on the inside. The original Mercedes brake disc here is crimped on the inside. And here with the Zimmermann brake, the solution is different because Mercedes has a patent on this disc. Zimmermann has put a lot of thought into this in order to find a different solution that is also very good and of very high quality. This brake disc is cast. The steel hub is firmly cast into this friction ring, and so we have an optimal connection.
Coming up with your own ideas that fits in quite well with the tradition of made in Germany.
Yes, that's right.
These brakes are manufactured in Germany. Okay, good. The steel hub in the middle certainly brings a weight advantage.
Yes, the disc is of course significantly lighter than a solid cast disc. However, it also means that you have to handle it a little more carefully, but the same as the original. Compared to the single-piece disc, you have to work a bit more carefully.
So I can see that there is also a heat dissipation is given. Ventilation, pillars are there. But beyond that, are there just design differences, or is there also a difference in quality?
The quality is the same. One difference is the price. It is considerably cheaper than the original disc, which of course benefits the customer. And due to the lower weight, we also have handling advantages in comparison with a normal brake disc.
Yes, okay, good. Of course, we have less unsprung mass. This is clearly an advantage in terms of, as we know, lower CO2 emissions. That means lower fuel consumption. Grip is an issue, dynamics in general. You say the handling is a bit different. Is it different from the original or just different from other brake discs?
It is different from conventional brake discs. Yes, you have to be more careful. But compared to the original brake disc, it's actually the same. Recently, we used to open the box, reach into the main hole in the middle and take it out just like that. You can't do that anymore. You have to take it at the outside by the edge and just do the whole thing thoughtfully and carefully. But apart from that, it's still relatively easy to handle.
And is there anything else to consider?
There are a few things to bear in mind. All of our employees have already been trained by Otto Zimmermann so that nothing can go wrong during installation, for example, especially when it comes to the axial runout. You could just measure a conventional brake disc, as it is here on the table. This is not possible with this kind of compound brake disc. It must be fitted to the vehicle, according to the manufacturer's specifications, and tightened with the wheel bolts, so that it can be measured correctly.
But is that exactly the same as with the original Mercedes disc in this case?
Yes.
I wouldn't waste any more words. Let's get Hansen, shall we? Let's do the installation.
We have now fitted our spacer ring. This ring is used to tighten the brake disc exactly as it would be mounted with the rim, so that it is positioned 100% on the wheel hub and can be measured accurately. There are other things to note. For example, if you want to turn the steering, you must not pull on the brake disc here. I have to take it here behind the hub on the axle part, or preferably on the steering wheel, in order to turn the steering if I want to continue working on the brakes, for example.
That can happen quickly. What happens when that happens?
I would, in an exaggerated sense, be deforming the brake disc. I would cause a lateral runout myself. As a result, the brake disc runs laterally offset, and I have an uneven contact pattern of the brake disc. I have vibrations in the chassis, in the steering, and of course we don't want any of that.
No, then the customer is quickly back here.
That's right.
And this spacer ring, where does it come from? Do you have to build it yourself?
It's all from the manufacturer Zimmermann. Just like the brake pads, everything comes from one single source. Even the wear indicators, as on this car, all from Zimmermann. You don't have to look for anything from several manufacturers. You get everything from a single source.
Okay, so that was the assembly. What about disassembly?
When removing the brake disc, make sure that you do not remove it with a hammer. Otherwise, we would cause another axial runout and vibrations in the chassis, steering, or other areas. That's why we've put a little bit of grease on the center of the wheel hub. This is to ensure that the brake disc can be removed easily even after years and does not rust upon the hub of the axle.
That makes sense. We've just heard and seen it from you too. The steel hub is just sensitive, but as we've already said, it's no different to original parts, in this case from Mercedes.
Exactly right.
Okay, cool. Simon, thank you.
Always a pleasure.
That was exciting and informative. See you later.
See you then.
And what did we find out today? Yes, great, it's really true. There is an alternative to the original part for the compound brake disc, and there are a few obvious advantages. There's no difference in quality, the handling is the same, and it's also a bit cheaper. If you need more information, just contact Zimmermann directly. Furthermore, have fun with Fabucar.